Do you want to improve at Rainbow Six Siege? Well, if you do, then I have some tips for you that will instantly help you become a better player. To start things off, I want to talk about barbed wire. Barbed wire is an extremely important piece of utility in Rainbow Six Siege, especially within the current meta because people play so aggressively. However, the major problem with barbed wire is the fact that most people don't know how to properly place it. You should be putting barbed wire in common spots that enemies like to push. For example, let's say there's a staircase that leads up to the bomb site. You're going to want to place barbed wire on that staircase so the attackers can't just walk right up the stairs and walk right into the bomb site. With the barbed wire being placed down, it forces the attackers to have to risk getting hurt from the barbed wire getting broken. This will slow the attackers' push down and make them rethink where they want to enter the bomb site from. To create the risk, you must place the barbed wire down properly though. You can't have it too low and you can't have it too high. The reason being is because if the barbed wire is too low, then the attackers can easily break it. If they're able to easily break the barbed wire from a safe place, then there's no risk at all. The same goes for if the barbed wire is too high. If the barbed wire is too high, then the attackers have already gained too much map control and it's too late to fight them because they'll already have a good view into the bomb site. So make sure you place the barbed wire right in the middle of the staircase. This way it's in the perfect spot that forces the attackers to have to take risks to clear it. Now attackers can't just walk right into the bomb site as often. Moving on to the barricades, you don't want to use your full magazine to shoot open a barricade unless you're behind cover. This is because when you use your full magazine, or pretty much most of it, then that means you have no ammo to fight any enemies. Some people will take advantage of this and run out on you and kill you because they know you have no ammo and have to reload your gun. So start to make it a habit to only put half a magazine into a barricade, then reload and put another half a magazine into the barricade, just in case there's an enemy lurking next to it waiting to run out on you. Now let's say you're on defense now though. A great way to use barricades to benefit you is to barricade doorways that the enemies would typically come from. However, there's a right way to do it and a wrong way. The right way to do it is to make sure that your teammates aren't roaming in the part of the map that you're barricading off. This way you're not blocking your teammates out for when they return to the bomb site. You could guess the wrong way to do it is to barricade parts of the map that your teammates are roaming in, because then they'll have a harder time returning to the bomb site and could potentially die from the noise of breaking the barricade. That's why I recommend making sure your teammates are not going on that part of the map whatsoever. If they are not, then great. Now you can slow the attackers down and use the barricade as a sound cue to where the attackers are coming from. Additionally, as a defender, you want to always create ghost pressure by putting head holes, feet holes, vertical holes, etc. around the bomb site. If you're not sure what ghost pressure is, it's pretty much things put in place to scare the enemies. So picture that you're an attacker and you go to push the bomb site, but then you're met with a situation. You see there's head holes next to a reinforced wall and feet holes on another wall, as well as vertical holes made above the doorway. Now, as an attacker, you have to worry about where the enemy is watching from, as you could get killed from multiple angles. This is what ghost pressure is. Really, there could be absolutely no one playing any of the holes that have been made, but just because they're there, as the attacker, you're going to worry about them, because if someone actually is playing those holes, you might die from them. So always make sure to create holes in and around the bomb site so you can put a lot of ghost pressure on the enemies and make them more scared to push into the bomb site. On the other hand, as an attacker, you need to know how to properly react when faced with different holes in the bomb site. Use the tools you have at your disposal to gain information. For example, you could use your drone to drone out an area and see if anyone is playing on any of the holes. Or you could use your gadget to gain information as well, like an Ayana clone, a Zero Cam, a call from Dokkaebi, or even a Brava or Twitch drone. Now, if you do find out that there's someone playing on one of the holes, then you could use that information to try and pre-fire exactly where the enemy is and get a free kill. However, maybe the defense has more than just holes, but traps and information set up as well, like barbed wire, lesion mines, and even a bulletproof camera. Well, unless you want to destroy all of the utility and make yourself known, at that point I would just try and push into the bomb site from a different way. Furthermore, you need to learn all the ranked maps within the game. You should know every single part of the map from the bottom floor to the top floor. If you don't know the maps, then you should go into the training grounds and play on every single map that you don't know until you learn them. You should especially practice on areas of the map that you're not good in. What I mean by this is, let's say you die a lot in the same area of the map all the time. Well, clearly you're not good at playing within the area, so you need to train within that area to get better at playing in it. Finally, the last tip I have is to learn all the operators and what their gadgets do. It's extremely useful to know all the gadgets that every operator has, because if you want to play Rainbow Six Siege competitively, then you'll end up having to use every operator. Not to mention, you need to know how to counter certain operators, and the only way you'll know how to counter them is if you're knowledgeable on every operator in the game. Also, every operator fits into a certain role, and if you want to play the right operators for your role, you're going to have to learn all of them. In conclusion, if you want to become a better player in Rainbow Six Siege, there's a lot you could do. Some of which is to know where to place barbed wire, how to properly shoot barricades, and know how to properly place them, know how to create ghost pressure, learn all the maps, and finally learn all of the operator gadgets. If you learn all of these things, I promise you'll become a better player and you'll be able to achieve higher ranks within Rainbow Six Siege. It might take some time and some practice, but eventually when you get all of these things down, you'll see a difference in how you play. While there's plenty more tips I could give, and there's definitely a lot more important ones, I think these are great starting tips for if you're new to the game or you're hard stuck. So try all of these different tips today and become a smarter and more experienced player. Then you could really start to get into this game and get to the higher ranks. That's it for me though. What was the most helpful tip within this video? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like, and if you want more content like this, then subscribe. Have a great day, everyone.